Good morning, everybody. I'm Kristin Rotblatt. I'm a licensed acupuncturist here in the state of California and an expert in cellular healing. But one of the things that I always want to talk more about is your thyroid. I have a lot of thyroid patients. And I talked a little bit already about the lab markers that you absolutely need to have when you are looking at thyroid dysfunction. And so you can watch that video on my YouTube channel. But today I want to talk about some of the root causes possibly that could cause thyroid dysfunction. And the reason why I'm talking about it is this. I talked to a woman today, and I talked to her this summer, and she wanted to work with me in regards to her thyroid. She was very concerned. She wanted to go through her endocrinologist in regards to having her blood work done. Now, I can, as I said before, I can do lab work for somebody for $88.50, and it's a complete thyroid panel, but she wanted to go through her endocrinologist. Totally understandable. She wanted her insurance to cover it. So she had to wait over 2 months to get an appointment. Then she had it done. She did not have all the markers that I had suggested that she get because they did what they wanted to run for her. But what ended up happening is that here she had thyroid antibodies over 1,000, which is extremely high. Her TSH, or her thyroid stimulating hormone, was extremely high. And so here she is, hypothyroid. They didn't run some of the other markers, so I'm not exactly sure. But what makes me so sad is that the doctor gave her a prescription for Thyroid. Now, I'm not sad about the Thyroid, but what I'm sad about is that he spent 5 minutes with her, going over her blood work and telling her where she was, wrote out a prescription, but never talked about the root causes of why in the heck she has these problems with her thyroid. I had sent her a link to a thyroid webinar that I gave, and she listened to it. It's about an hour long, and she wrote all this information down, and one of the things that she told me is that I have every single symptom that you list for people with thyroid challenges, and that would obviously include temperature dysregulation, too hot or too cold, constipation, dry skin, here comes a car, sorry about that, hair falling out, uncontrolled weight gain, can't lose a darn pound no matter what you want to do. The outer third of your eyebrows can be, starting to get very thin. There's so many symptoms in regards to thyroid. But if you don't look at the root causes, if you don't think about what could be blocking those thyroid receptor sites on the outside of my cell so that my active thyroid hormone, free T3, can get in. If you don't know the root causes, then how are you going to remove that inflammation, and how are you going to permanently correct your thyroid challenges? So what I'm saying is that if you have a mouthful of silver fillings, or you had a mouthful of silver fillings and even got them out by a biological dentist, once again, that could be a challenge. Why? Because when you look at your thyroid hormone receptor, that little guy on the outside of your cell, what is it made up of? It's made up of selenium. So if you have a mouthful of amalgam fillings and it is leaking mercury, or it has leaked mercury anytime in your lifetime, or your mom had a mouthful of amalgams and that got transferred into you as a fetus inside her tummy, then the challenges here are this: mercury and selenium are best friends on the periodic table. And so when mercury is circulating around in your system, it's looking for places to lodge. And one of the places that it wants to lodge is in your thyroid receptor because it likes the selenium. So if you go and you're taking only a medication for your thyroid, but you're not looking at these other things, then it's really going to be challenging to really encourage your body to be able to heal everything that it needs to heal in order for your cells to work properly. There are a myriad of things that you need to take care of. So what I urge you to do is, if you all have any questions about your thyroid, please feel free to call me, to go to a link that is going to be linked to this video, and just schedule a free 15-minute consultation. I just talked to this woman today, and she was a free 15-minute consultation, and now she feels very hopeful because she knows that there are so many other things to do than just take medication. And by the way, I just want to say, I'm not saying ever to go off your medication that your doctor puts you on, but what I'm saying is there's other things that you can do at the same time to get your thyroid to function normally at some point. It takes time. You don't get well overnight, but let me partner with you. I'd love to hang out on the phone and talk to you and see how we can work together. All right? So that's that. If you have any thyroid challenges, please come to my little website. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And by the way, if you want to go and directly call my office, you can do so at 310-828-8258. That's 310-828-8258. And have, again, a wonderful day. Bye.